In today's Tactical Tuesday episode, I want to discuss Deck Building Part 2, Security Bombs. In the Digimon trading card game, cards that activate even in security are the only reactive thing you can really do on your opponent's turn, outside of effects like Decoy and Blocker. Security Bombs are primarily option cards, but there are several Digimon that are also reactive on your opponent's turn. Because of this, when deck building, it is important to find the right balance between security bombs on the off chance you literally draw into them. In some instances, they can be helpful in that it disrupts your opponent's board, sets you up next turn, or in some instances, both. The general breakdown of this video will be to discuss popular security bombs to use in the present meta, and review in many ways why they can be, or in some instances, counterintuitive to your strategy. As always, if you enjoy these types of videos, do consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell for more future content. The present most popular security bombs will primarily come from the colors blue, green, and black. Red option cards, while destructive, haven't been as popular, although in looking at the most recent list from PPG's Ultimate Cup, one Gaia Force made its way into the main deck. But for the time being, the most common security bomb is X-Antibody. X-Antibody plays a critical role at this point in Metal Garurumon X and Wargreymon X decks, providing you that ability to swing in and Digivolve on top into the Omnimon X-Antibody from BT10. This Digimon has also become a staple now because by putting your opponent to one security, the Omnimon X from BT10 can trash that last security and swing for game. X-Antibody also has a security effect that allows it to act as a half spark, gaining you one memory. And honestly, this can be huge at times if you're trying to math out the exact memory you need to do some wild shenanigans. That one memory can be detrimental to Melga X by literally ending their turn if they push up with their Garurumon X, Digivolve into a Were Garurumon with assistance from Davis setting their memory to 3, but pushes it to your opponent's turn on the first swing if it reveals X-Antibody. The only other security bomb that exists in Metal Garurumon X is typically Ice Wall, a card that can gain you 2 memory when it's checked in security, or if played from your hand on your turn, makes your opponent lose 2 memory with each attack. Melga X decks don't typically play Hammer Spark, even though they are great security bombs for the fact that they're counterintuitive to your strategy. Getting to a hand size of 8 is crucial for a lot of your effects to go off. In terms of other red option cards, Crimson Blaze made the cut for several decks for wide board removal, and preventing your opponent from playing Digimon by card effects. But when it comes to security control, they do have quite a number of options. Lanki Adistacto has seen a lot more usage in decks lately, potentially DP reducing, or shipping a Digimon to the security, or in some instances, both. This double removal is only possible if you're at exactly 3 security. Wyvern's Breath can take out even powerful Digimon like Blitz Omnimon. Sunrise Buster will probably be a staple even though it's restricted to 1 as well, because in Yellow Hybrid, this is especially where you can get a lot of value. The only other topping Yellow deck amongst PPG's top 16 was a Mastamon list. Mastamon brings option cards like Flame Hellscythe, another card that lets you DP reduce, and play a body to work with deleting your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. And of course, Chaos Degradation. While I have covered these cards, I'll briefly go over some options for green and black before tying it all up with a moving forward discussion. Green cards currently utilize Grandel's Soul and Samadhi Santi for suspension or bouncing to the bottom. And black currently utilizes Ultimate Flare more over Iron Fisted Onslaught. In the present meta, option cards have more viable use than security Digimon. Omnimon's worth defeat, while powerful, doesn't do battle when it's checked in security. Cards like Hordramon are seeing more play in Examon related decks for card draw. But when it comes to other security Digimon, Geogramon just currently isn't utilized in anything. The real thing about security bombs is they can only be effective if they go off in the security. Wargreymon X has seen a jump in popularity for the fact that you can play the Raise game, safely keeping your Digimon in the Raise while you find all your major components utilizing option cards like Red Memory Boost or searchers like Agumon. Even more so, you have an inherent negator with Wargreymon from BT1, which with the perfect stack of Promo Agumon, Security Greymon, Piercing Metal Greymon, Metal Greymon X, that was digivolved into that turn, and then War Greymon himself with a Tai Kamiya, is a solid 5 checks at 16,000 DP with option card negation. Blockers currently see little to no play, with only some Digimon having a blocker effect temporarily for 1 turn. But what are security bombs you see more at your locals, with what you play? Personally, I minimize my security bombs that cost 6 to 8 memory to 1 or 2 copies, while memory boosts and other cards like X-Antibody fulfill the role of my security bombs. One last little tactic though. Just because a color uses a security bomb doesn't necessarily mean you have to run it. Next level mind games are where your opponent thinks you have the card in your security, or deck, and then they're trying to play around it while you've removed it from the deck for something that helps accelerate your win con. This is Digi-Panda, logging out.